What's going on, TTC? What's going on, our family? Week 2 hate week. Well, since I fucked up and didn't do a week 1 vid, might as well come out here and do a week 2 vid a little early. And also because I'm driving back to work, or from work back to home. But anyway, week 2, we got Bears. We got probably the most annoying fan base that is done on the TTC. The most invisible, non-trashing bunch of... Yeah. And it's funny, because all you hear about Chicago Bears fans is how much shit they talk. That's all you hear, is how much shit they can talk. Oh, you don't want to go to Chicago because you're gonna have a bad time. You know, they're gonna be really mean to you. They're like, you know, they're almost as bad as the Eagles fans. At least the fucking Eagles have got fucking men enough to cam up. Jesus Christ, out of that, the second largest city in the United States, or the third largest city in the United States, the second fucking city doesn't have one goddamn trash talker. Really? Really? Jesus Christ. Wow. Anyway, get to play the Bears, another team with all offense and no defense. And you probably got a quarterback that on his bad days is even worse than Tony Romo is. This is great. I mean, you know, everyone's been about the freaking 49ers and how bad their defense is going to be, all their distractions, and blah, 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 blah. Ian Rappaport comes out with the hackiest of hack fucking jobs ever for CBS.com, which, if you were CBS.com, how in the hell do you release that fucking story? How in the hell do you let Ian Rappaport release that story? Because that was just a fucking hack job. You have zero sources. The wonderful anonymous source. Here you go, guys. Here's a little, you know, friggin' journalism 101. When you go anonymous sources, that's pretty much saying, I'm making this shit up and I'm going to try to use this to justify it and not look like an op-ed. Make it look like a legitimate piece. That's what he did. He's pissed because Harbaugh doesn't talk to the media very well. Doesn't. Straight up doesn't. So they gotta make shit up. But I digress. Jay Cutler, which, you know, thankfully this guy went to Vanderbilt because, man, it is easy to hate this douchebag. It is really easy to hate this douchebag. You know, and I mean, I should be, you know, a fan of this guy. My mother had type 1 diabetes. This guy has type 1 diabetes and plays professional fucking football and quarterback in the National Football League, and I hate his guts. How in the fuck? That's how douchey you gotta be? Is that you got a disease that I have supported. I have supported freaking all these foundations that help cure type 1 diabetes, and the one guy who is a freaking NFL quarterback that has type 1 diabetes, and I hate his guts. It didn't help that he went to Vanderbilt. So anyway, another guy that is, you know, short on playoffs, long on choking in the regular season to go to the playoffs. And it sucks because, you know, he's got some great wide receivers. I mean, Brandon Marshall came with him to Denver. They drafted Alshon Jeffrey, who was, you know, who for Kiffin saying he was going to pump gas, definitely not fucking pumping gas. They got a, you know, really good running game, but for some damn reason, they can lose to the goddamn Bills without Kiko Alonso in there. I mean, the Bills' defense wasn't that good last year, and they made him look really good in the first game of the season. And now, congratulations, you know, friggin' the Niners coming off of a +4 friggin' turnover game get to have another guy who is very prone to turning the ball over, throwing it into triple coverage. I mean, it makes it easy to do this. And then the defense. How in the hell can Chicago Bears, who were known for years after year after year of stingy-ass defense, under Lovie Smith, all of a sudden go from great at defense, shitty on offense, to great on offense and shitty on defense? I mean, how in the world does that work? I don't understand it. It doesn't make sense. There should have been at least some time where the offense was, average and the defense was carrying them, but, they were kind of slipping. I would understand that. No, it freaking just flipped 180. And I'm not going to blame Trestman for being in the Canadian Football League. I've watched a lot of Canadian football. Their defenses are good. Yes, the offense is a little weird, and, they play with 12 players. They have a larger field, and, just a lot of things that just don't make a lot of sense to the American football fan, but it wasn't that he was a good coach. It wasn't a bad coach. He was a really damn good coach. So I don't get it. Oh, shit. Look at all this shit going on here. But, yeah. I mean, this week's going to be hard for 49ers fans because we got nobody to trash with. Absolutely nobody. So to get off of those subjects, let's get on to the recent cut. The Michael James, and fucking bye. Asked for his ass to get cut, which, for all intents and purposes is good fucking riddance. Really good fucking riddance. This guy never truly performed to what he did in college. And that was to be kind of understanded. He did not play great defenses in the Pac-12, but he was a dynamic player. He was faster than everybody. And I think he had a really hard time transitioning to the NFL speed and playing in a different offense than Chip Kelly's. Which, I really hope him the best of luck. I really hope he can find some place to land on his feet and show out. Because obviously the 49ers have upgraded. I mean, Carlos Hyde's a fucking beast. He was a damn man out there against Dallas. And then, Lattimore is still this unproven guy. If he ever gets on the field, I think it's going to be a three-headed monster at running back. You're not going to miss anything. And then, so that led to him just being on kickoffs. Because he was the kick returner. Which he was okay at. I wouldn't say great, but I'd say he was okay. And then Bruce Ellington was drafted. And Ellington showed that he was a better kick returner. He was okay with the speed of the game. He was able to make those 10-yard plays 15, extending them just a few more yards, which makes all the difference in the world. So you have all these situations. And yeah, I mean, Michael James didn't want to be here. He kind of saw the writing on the wall. And he went and talked to Coach Harbaugh. And Coach Harbaugh said, I respect your decision, and I'll grant it. That meant bringing back Hakeem Osgood, which is, if this guy hasn't shown that he's a Niner for life, I don't know what has. So, I mean, that dude's been cut at, I think, 3 fucking occasions, and he's always been there. Talented wide receiver or not, he's not, but he's a hell of a special teams player. And you know what? I give that man all the respect in the world. Because there could have been easily, like CJ. I don't hate that he went to another team. They went to the Cowboys. Nope. Gotta go make your money. He's gotta make money somehow. Let him do it. But Hakeem Osgood wants to be a 49er. Wants to be here. And really, all I can see is this team's going to improve. Yes, there are now more injuries, but I really saw them as minor, other than the 2 concussions, which are serious. You know, you gotta get cleared, and you know what? They'll take their time. Excuse me. It isn't like Parrish Cox didn't step in and get a pick. So obviously the depth is there, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what happens on Sunday night when we christen Levi Stadium the right way. Yes, have they not played well in the preseason at Levi Stadium? Yeah, but who cares? The games don't count. So anyway, this is J103 signing out. Go Niners.